Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to discuss the butterfly effect. A lot of people don't know about it or have heard a little about it, or there is a misunderstanding about the butterfly effect. Now, I didn't know anything about the butterfly effect until I happened to see the movie back in 2004. I'm sure y'all know the one with Ashton Kutcher and Amy Smart. Now, I personally thought this movie was absolutely amazing with this concept and how everything was worked out in the movie between all the characters. Some people say it was a terrible movie, but I personally believe it was an amazing movie and the concept did serve its purpose. So I do want to say that for those that don't know what the butterfly effect is, so the butterfly effect is the idea that small, seemingly trivial events may ultimately result in something with a much larger consequence. So, in other words, they have nonlinear impacts on very complex systems. So, for instance, when a butterfly flaps its wings in India, that tiny change in air pressure could eventually cause a tornado in Iowa. It's like a cause and effect, the butterfly effect. So, if you guys remember from the movie, I'll tell you how this applies to the movie. So, in the movie, Kucher's character finds a way to travel back in time to his childhood. Every time he makes this journey, he does small things differently, but those tiny changes wind up having major and horrifying effects on his adult life. So, if you guys remember, for him, how he triggered his butterfly effect process was when he would write things down and it would cause him to remember, and then he could go back at that specific time that he was writing about and remembering and change what happened during that time. But then ultimately, when he would get back to this current time, there was drastic changes. And so his brain, right, in your brain, you have to go through all those years to add new memories while trying to erase the other ones. So that's also going to cause a lot of effects on your brain. Think about it, right? If you guys remember the movie, you guys will remember how he ended up having a lot of nosebleeds after almost every time he went back to change something in his past. Now, although he did have good intentions with um, him going back in time for his butterfly effect, it ultimately did result in, I'm not going to spoil the ending of this movie for you guys if you haven't seen it, but it did result in the ending being how it did. And I was sad at the ending, but I saw why he wanted the ending how that was. So if you guys have not seen the butterfly effect, please see it. You should be able to, I'm sure there's a platform that streams it. I haven't looked it up or anything, but you should be able to look it up. Let's see what else I got here. So, while people often think the butterfly effect means that tiny changes can have big consequences and we can track progression to see what changes caused it, people are trying to say that we can't track these changes and we don't know exactly what could cause any pattern to go one way or another. I personally like when it comes to certain topics like weather, you obviously can't detect and predict what's going to happen change wise. But when it comes to decisions in past that you have made in your past life, of course, you can see the outcome coming somewhat, but it's not a 100% prediction that is correct, right? There's always going to be something that goes wrong. That's why they say, um, you can't go back and change the past, because when you change things from the past, your future ends up different. And that is true. Like, can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if, let's say if you had to go to summer school, let's say for graduation, right? To get your high school diploma, you had to go to summer school, right? But you going to summer school is what led to you meeting all these new different kinds of people, you having all these new different, like, it led to different stances or changes in your life up to now. But let's say you, for some reason, you're like, I want to go back and change it to where I graduated with my senior class. Well, just that little bit of change that you might think that you need and would turn out okay could eventually have this huge, huge impact, not only on your life, but in several different people's lives that you have touched and affected during that specific time. So a lot of things changed, not only for yourself, but for other people that were impacted by you personally. So yeah, if you guys are interested in more of the butterfly effect and how it works, please do not be afraid to Google it. I did get some of my information from, what is this, How Stuff Works, and it was the title of the article is "Why is the Butterfly Effect? What is the Butterfly Effect, and how do we misunderstand it?" So um, I definitely took some things from this article and put it in here. So if you guys have any questions on the butterfly effect or is just curious, I do recommend the movie, because sometimes having a visual will help you understand the concept a little bit more. And like I said, I personally love the movie. I hope you guys enjoy it. And so, yeah, so there is my take on the butterfly effect and me trying to describe it the best way that I possibly could. So, hope you guys like it. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and have a great, great, great rest of your day, night, evening, week. All right, guys. Bye, everybody.